It's another edition of Dino's Deep Dank Dark Web, and welcome in Major League TV star. We are really moving on up. Yeah, right here, ladies and gentlemen. You know him, you love him, you can't live without him. He gives us all the information that we need every night on KOLD News 13, also on Fox 11 News. Yes, it's Dan Marries, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy, after that, I feel like I owe you some money. Thank you for that nice introduction.
Well, I'm thinking, since it's Dino's Deep Dank Dark Web, we're kind of low budget here.
That's why I'm here.
Yes. Yeah, his talent fee is not that bad. It's not what you'd expect, really.
It's cheap. It's free. I couldn't say no to you, Dino. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, no problem. And but I'm thinking that maybe my journalistic skills, might need a little bit of a refresher. I mean, now obviously you get paid to ask questions, especially when you were a reporter off the anchor desk. What's the stupidest question you've ever asked somebody in a presser?
I remember when I first got my start in the news, a guy was talking about how he was out. This was in Colorado, Grand Junction, Colorado, small market. Guy's talking about how he was out in the woods, and I can't remember if he got hurt. He got hurt bad hiking, and so we were kind of doing a follow-up on how he's doing. And I was nervous. It was one of my very first stories, one of the first times I was out asking questions. And I asked him, did you die?
So did you die?
And as soon as it came out of my mouth, I thought, what? And I was like, scratch that question. I told him, I was like, I'm nervous.
Did you think you were going to die? Like,
yeah,
I think I'm going to die. Like
asked.
my career right now.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the most stupid question I've ever asked.
All right. So, yeah, obviously you had some humble beginnings in your journalistic career. But a lot of people don't know about this. You were a firefighter.
I was a wildland firefighter for 4 seasons in Colorado for 3 of those. And then my final season was in Carson City, Nevada.
Okay.
So the first 3 years I was on a 20-man hand crew. So I was swinging Pulaski. We had these water backpack pumps. We called them piss pumps. It was 5 gallons of water, and you did the little hose and you squirted water out. And then in my 4th and final season, I was on the Carson City Hell Attack. So we had a Super Huey 205, and we did an initial attack, which means when we got the call, half the crew went in the helicopter, the other half went in the chase trucks. And we'd go fight fire. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was a hard decision when it came time to fight fire for the 5th season or do my internship.
Okay.
Because I could make money fighting fire or go not get paid.
Right. So you chose not getting paid.
I chose not getting paid to pursue my dream.
So so that was your dream, basically.
Literally, at the time I was majoring in broadcast journalism. This is my 5th major. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. At one time, I wanted to be a cop. I majored in criminal justice. Another time, thought I could be a business owner. I was working at a scuba shop at the time, maybe become a master diver and all that kind of stuff. But, I went into a TV station to shoot a commercial, and, I was instantaneously hooked. I mean, I know I've talked to DJs in the years. As soon as they walked into a radio station, the same exact thing.
Yes.
And so I was actually a DJ before I was, I was Dan the Reggae Man. On my college station, and my very first broadcasting job was for the pop station in Grand Junction, Colorado. I did 6 to midnight, and I was only on air from 11 to midnight because the other time I was doing Rick D's Top 40.
I gotcha.
Remember Rick D's?
Yeah, I do. Well, he was big time in L.A. He had the Disco Duck.
Yeah.
Disco Duck.
Good
the Disco
times.
Dan.
Oh, was that what? I liked Reggae Dan better.
Yeah,
Dan the
exactly.
Reggae Man.
So every day at 4:20, maybe we should have a feature with Dan Marries from KOLD, and he can play his favorite reggae track.
What's 420?
I don't know. Good answer. We're under contract here, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so when you were thinking, hey, I'm going to be a news anchor, and then, of course, right before that, you were a hero firefighter. Did you think that how this is going to be like really tough on all your friends because you're like Mr. Handsome, studly guy out there fighting fires? Now I'm giving out the information.
I'm typing for a living and all that good stuff. No, a lot of my buddies gave me kind of a especially my firefighter buddies. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
You're going to go sit behind a camera?
Right.
And my final year, we had a rule that if we were ever on camera, we had to buy the crew a 6-pack of beer each because our crew boss did not want us to be on camera.
Right.
So I remember when he called me up, asked if I wanted to come back. I was like, well, Mad Dog. His name was Dan, but we called him Mad Dog.
Right.
I was like, well, Mad Dog, I'm not going to come back. I'm actually going to be a news anchor.
Right.
And there was just this dead silence. What's wrong with you?
Right. So, and that means you're going to be on camera, so just go ahead and give me that beer now.
Give me a keg at that point.
Right, exactly. So one of my pet peeves about people on social media is kids on the internet. And usually people's kids on the internet.
I use mine all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You roll your eyes and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe this kid's on the, they're putting their kids out there and you see them at, Disneyland or at the pool or whatever. Your kid, Dean.
Dean, yes.
He is like the exception to the rule. This
thanks,
kid is going to be like mayor or a politician or something.
I'm grooming him now.
Yes. He's got a personality like you wouldn't believe. And so, I mean, how do you incorporate that, in the Dan Marries persona here?
First of all, true blessing. He's a great little boy. I mean, my wife and I just love him to death. And man, 95% of the time, he is just like that way. I mean, we all have our meltdowns. I do too when I'm hungry.
Right.
Got to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And so,
not right now.
No, we're good now.
Okay.
But he enjoys it, and he likes making videos already. I mean, I can make videos, and we'll get the Hot Wheel cars out, and he's like, slow motion. So he just eats it up, and I really enjoy it. And sometimes people say, you maybe are exploiting him. It's like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm just proud of my boy, and I like having fun with him.
Right.
And it's a balance, because some people say, well, you're probably on your phone all the time. It's like, no, I'll break out my phone for 5-10 minutes at a time and then put it away. And cell phone free Sundays. And it's a challenge because I depend on social media for my job.
Sure.
But I have a love-hate relationship with it, because
I think we all do.
Man, if I sometimes I wonder how active would I be if I weren't a news anchor.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know if I'd be that active, because I like taking vacations where I can put the phone away and not see it.
Right.
And just be done with it, because just all the nastiness that comes out on social media.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of trolls out there.
So many trolls. And, I'm sure you get it too. You know, being a DJ, being a news anchor, it's almost like you have a magnet for some of them.
Sure.
And they'll do anything and everything to get under your skin. And, it used to bother me, but I don't know. Maybe I'm older and mature. I'm definitely older. I don't know if I'm more mature, but
okay.
I like to think I am.
Right.
But now it's just I think of it as water off of duck's back.
Right.
Whatever.
But if you do like kids on the internet, wait, that came out totally wrong. If you like to watch Dan's kid on social media, Dan's a great follow on Facebook or Instagram.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So the reason I really have you here, because this is Dino's Deep Dank Dark Web, I have to ask you, are you a conspiracy theorist?
I love reading about conspiracy theories. Some of them you have to take with a grain of salt. Some of them are so far-fetched, but then sometimes they do turn out to be true, so then that gives them some credibility.
All right.
It's hard to know for sure, but yes, I enjoy reading about them, and I feel like we've got one here.
Right.
With our big bang rumbles, whatever you want to call them.
The boom.
The booms. The mystery booms of Tucson and southern Arizona.
So what have you found out so far?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right, this is
We're done.
We're done. Okay, shut the camera off.
I'll tell you what, these have been going on for quite a few years.
Right. I felt them before.
Oh, you have too?
Yeah, absolutely. Out in Rita Ranch. Yeah.
Yes, and I live on the northwest side, and I felt them. And that's what's fascinating about these booms is every time I post something, if I feel it personally, I immediately get on my page and I post it. Hey, did anybody else feel that? I'm near I-10 and Ina, wherever I'm at the particular moment. Right. And boom, it takes off. Other people, but then they feel it on the northwest side. They feel it in Rita Ranch. The one of the biggest last ones, I believe, is February 5th. It was a Tuesday. It was felt from Ajo to Nogales to the northwest side, the east side, Midtown, all over the place.
Sure.
So I go through my norms. My routine now is to call all the military bases, the 162nd Fighter Wing, Davis-Monthan, and Luke Air Force Base, no sonic booms. So then I call the mining operations. No mining operations taking place that day. Sure. Called USGS, the Geological Society, and no earthquakes, measurable earthquakes.
Okay.
The only time these things have been measured is with the Geosciences Department at the U of A.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah.
And that's the only monitor that's picking these up.
Okay, and what did they think it is?
Officially, won't tell me.
Okay.
Unofficially, well, I can't tell that because I promised him I wouldn't say. He's got some ideas. But then when one happens again and he looks at the monitors, he's not sure if he's right. So, there's actually talk of maybe putting more monitors out there to really start trying to study these. Okay. It's just now in the planning stages. And I've asked if I could be part of it because it's a fascinating subject. People have their own, and these are happening in other parts of the country and world as well. And I even did some more research. Lewis and Clark actually thought, or they talked about it, they wrote about it. Okay. And he thought it could,
that's some deep research.
Deep stuff. This goes back 1800s.
Yeah.
And they described it as a cannon going off, but there's no cannons around.
Right.
So, and there was no thunder.
Right.
So it was a clear day. Yeah, if you look up Lewis and Clark mystery booms, and then there's also it's back east. They have a name for it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's something like guns. And people describe it as the big ship. You know, during World War II, you see the ships firing those massive
cannons.
guns.
Yeah.
That's how they describe the sound out there.
All right, so this is some hard-hitting investigative journalism being done right here in the Dirty Tea.
It's driving me crazy, Dino. I want to know what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
I think we all do.
And how would you describe it? I mean, would you think it's coming from the air or the ground?
I think it's coming from the air. I sometimes think it's, like again, sonic boom. You know, I'll hear planes around, but I can see them. I don't think they're going that fast.
Yep.
It seems like there's something going on. I live, Reed Ranch close to Davis Monthan a little bit, so we get a lot of their spillover when they're flying around. So but then again, I've also had it where there's not a plane in the sky either.
Yep.
So I'm at a loss as well.
It is, and sometimes I feel it's a rumble in the ground because I've felt over my lifetime a few sonic booms. And I've heard them. And some of these, it's a rumble followed by more rumbles. And then that kind of defeats, if it's just one sonic boom, unless it's traveling somehow. I'm not really understand how sound waves travel, if you feel more than one. But to me, when I felt them, it feels like it's coming from the ground.
Okay.
So, but then it doesn't show up on the USGS monitors.
All right. So
yeah,
from the land, from the sky, from we don't know.
Wherever.
Yes.
Yeah. And then some of the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Underground city being built.
Or
military testing.
How about that Tucson Phoenix tunnel they always told us about, right?
Well, they talk about that. Maybe it's an underground train, but no, it's not. But
okay.
Yeah, we'll find out.
The truth is out there, Dan
It
Marries.
is, and I'm still seeking it.
Well, check out Dan every night on TV. He does KOLD News 13. He also does Fox 11 News Now at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And that's one of my favorites because it's you and Craig Thomas.
Thomas,
Yeah,
yes.
two dudes just talking news.
We call it the Bro Show. And Craig is an awesome guy, man.
We'll have to get Craig in here,
Oh,
too.
yeah, New York City, born and raised, and born and bred New Yorker, and I love him. He's great.
All right. Well, Dan Marries inside Dino's Deep Dank Dark Web.
Dino,
Thanks,
thank
Dan.
you very much. I appreciate it.